going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. We got Game 7s to break down yesterday. Both were very uninteresting Game 7s to watch, but they give a lot of storylines to come out afterwards. We'll start with Milwaukee versus Boston. Milwaukee started off the game great, and then they got blown out. Grant Williams decided to play like a prime Larry Bird, and none of them missed. Peyton Pritchard played well, too. And that's why I said, actually, I was like, if Boston shoots well in the series, Milwaukee's going to give them threes. If they shoot well, they'll end up winning. I did pick Boston 7, but more so out of me not wanting to jinx Milwaukee's win.
100%.
And
they're just a deeper team, too. Also, everybody, including Bucks fans, hate Grayson Allen now, so that's awesome.
Yep, good.
Bobby Portis, the world's starting to realize he's ass, and the Bulls should have gotten rid of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Milwaukee only scored 81 points in this game, and this is like the 5th time in Boston's playoff run that they've held a team under like 90 points.
Yeah,
some insane defense.
It's ridiculous,
especially with the way the game is changing right now. But yeah, no, this was a decent game to start out, but Boston looks really good.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to say is Milwaukee gave up PJ Tucker last year, and they decided to sign who? Bobby Portis.
Right.
And they wanted to bring in Grayson Allen to replace him. PJ Tucker you can play small with PJ Tucker, and that Grant Williams doesn't play like that. PJ Tucker's playing because they didn't even got to close out. Brook Lopez had to close out last night, and because Brook Lopez is closing out on threes, not fast
They can't
enough.
Even play Brook Lopez at the end of the game because he's too slow.
And he blocked a lot of shots in the first half. They're like, okay, fuck this. We'll start doing threes in the game, and then they didn't miss.
Exactly.
And then they win. For next year's versus Miami, now I'm a Miami Heat fan. I hate Boston. Everyone here knows that. So I would think a big difference is Miami does have home court next series, which I think will make an impact. I know Boston won 2 on Milwaukee's home floor, so it doesn't always mean guaranteed win, but it will work in Miami's advantage.
Yeah, I think if you stack the 2 rosters up next to each other, Miami's a deeper team, but they just don't have the scoring ability Boston does. And if Boston is holding Milwaukee Bucks to 81 points, they're going to hold Miami too. So I think it'll be a really good series, both 2 well-coached teams, deep teams. But yeah, I'm going to go with I don't want to do this, but I think Boston's going to win. I'm rooting for Miami, though.
Okay. Both teams are very good defensively.
Yeah.
Miami is not going to give up threes like they did. They'll protect the paint and protect the perimeter. Also, Miami has a lot better shooting than Milwaukee did.
That's a good point.
I know Duncan Robinson didn't play a lot till the end of the series against Philadelphia, but you have Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, and Jimmy Butler is now shooting threes at a higher percentage than he was in the past. You have a lot of shooters around you compared to Milwaukee where no one was hitting shots, which makes a big difference because it's just you get help. And Jimmy's played, I think he's averaging like 28 a game in the playoffs so far. That will be huge.
Yeah.
If you can come through like that and play.
Also, did you see this?
We'll go to that later.
And then this too. Marcus Smart's out. Maybe out game 1. He's questionable, which is huge.
Right, because that's your best defender to go.
Right, best perimeter defender. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with.
Also, Rondo threatened to kill his wife, but that's whatever.
I picked Boston last series in hopes that meant that I would not jinx Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go out and pick Miami. Okay. I'm gonna pick Miami in 7. They have home court advantage. I want them to win, so take them in 7. I hate Boston.
Okay, yeah. Let's get on to the game of the night for reasons that nobody thought it would be the game of the night.
Oh my god.
Dallas Phoenix. I gotta check the final score of the game.
What was it, like 1-something?
At halftime, the Phoenix Suns had 27 points, and so did Luka Doncic. They ended up losing the game by 33. They were down 47.
46 at one point. Yeah.
Jesus.
It's really embarrassing, honestly.
Yeah, and they were the best team in the league all year. All the ESPN analysts are like, Phoenix is the team. They got the depth. Yeah. They have a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, 2 All-NBA players, and a stud center. And none of that really looked true.
No one showed up.
Nobody. I literally nobody.
They were doing a lot of laughing, a lot of talking.
Yeah.
The entire series. And so you can say it only happened in the first 2 games, but it happened after. It happened in Game 5. The whole thing was like Devin Booker took the ball from Luka.
And Luka stared at him. I saw that.
And then Luka had 27 in the first half last night. He also killed him in Game 6. And he got help last night. Especially Dinwiddie showed up. And if he gets help, that team's very scary because no one's stopping Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I know.
The best player that we thought in the league that could guard him, Kel Bridges, got cooked every possession.
It was really, really insane. I think he cemented himself as a solid top 5 player in the league. You can't move him out.
And if you want to disagree, let's count him out. Embiid, this is in no particular order.
Top 5?
You don't have. Yeah, so let's do the top 5. There's no particular order.
Okay.
Embiid, Giannis.
Let's
say Luka. We just said Luka.
Jokic.
And then you want to go KD or LeBron? Because I don't have Steph in the top 5.
One of the two. You could go both and take Embiid out. But
you could.
I would probably.
But Embiid healthy was the most dominant.
LeBron is not top 5.
Not anymore.
He's not in our top
anymore.
5 at least.
Yeah, he's not. I'll go KD 5. You can argue Steph. You can also argue a healthy Kawhi when he's playing at his best, but he's not playing right now.
This is really an example of one team that is trending in the complete right direction in the Dallas Mavericks, and one team that is looking to probably spiral into the ground.
Totally.
Chris Paul still getting paid like $38 million a year.
It will get to 30. I think it's 28.
Oh right, yeah, it goes up.
29 next year.
And then you got Cam Johnson, restricted free agent. DeAndre Ayton, restricted free agent. Jay Crowder is a free agent.
You can offer Booker the max as well.
Right, and also when Booker makes an All-NBA team, that's like $211 million.
Yeah.
So, not a lot of. I don't know who their owner is. I don't know how much he wants to dip into that luxury tax, but it's really not looking good. Also, shout out to Cameron Payne for now having the worst contract in the league. He's so bad, and Jack and I knew he was terrible.
Of course.
Even last year, we're like, dude, we've seen this man play 82
He played
games.
one good game on the Bulls and then took 23s a game. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, he's terrible.
The most interesting stat that I saw to really show how much Luka dominated the series is he had more points than Booker, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
He had more rebounds than Aiden throughout the entire series. He had more assists than Chris Paul, and Chris Paul is supposed to be point guard, averaging led league in assists this year. He had more steals than Mikal Bridges did in the series.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Mikal Bridges was a top 3 defender in the league this year. And Luka got more steals than him. And I'm not saying Luka's a good defender by any means. But Jason Kidd has challenged him to at least be able to guard the worst man on the other team.
Right.
And he can do that. And you can
Unlike Chris Paul, who's 37, granted, and in his prime he was leading the league in steals. But Patrick Beverley had something to say about that.
Pat Bev pretty much called the guy above him today. He called him a cone, like a practice cone.
Yeah.
Which I was like, okay, that's a little far.
And he says when he plays Chris Paul, the night before he stays out to 11, but when it's Steph Curry, he goes to bed at 8.
Right.
That's harsh.
And Chris Paul had a terrible series, and he has blown 5-2-0 leads. He's blown a couple 3-2. He blew a 3-1 lead.
This was another 2-0 lead.
That was his 5th. But in all the other ones, he was at least still putting up good numbers. This one he put up terrible. This was an actual.
Right, and also
the other ones were somewhat chokes, but you don't have to deal with chokes if you don't want to. This was a joke.
He played terrible. The Phoenix Suns were huge favorites in this game, and I don't know what those other 4 series are, but there's no way they were biggest favorites as they were in this series.
They're huge favorites in the series, not just this game. And it was ridiculous how easily, they got blown out. The Mavericks got blown out in 3 of the games, but Jason Kidd made great adjustments in Game 3 and 4.
He coached circles around Monty Williams.
Circles, and that says it because Monty Williams is a great coach.
Yeah, he is.
And then Game 5, Dallas got comfortable. They got killed. Come out Game 6, great adjustments, and then Jason Kidd told him, "Hey, this is Game 7.
Right,
it's win or go home."
And he said it in a post-game press conference. I think he was like, "We're not putting Chris Paul in defensive positions to actually try and guard a Jalen Brunson or Luka Doncic."
Exactly.
And they adjusted and they did that, and look what happens. Chris Paul sucks.
So I don't agree at all with what Pepev said. Chris Paul will probably go down if he's not your top. He's not in your top 5 point guard list. He's probably top 7.
He's top 6. Yeah.
Top 6 or 7, right? If he probably will never win a ring now, but he's a 12-time All-Star, a 9-time All-Defense.
Yeah. Something like that. He's 9.
No, I think all-time NBA.
He's led the league in steals 5 times.
He has led the league in steals. He's in his prime, great defender as well. But again, Luka's 6'8", probably 225.
Something like that.
Chris Paul can't guard that.
No, he's Luka's too big and Brunson's too fast.
Switching defense.
Yeah. So.
And I know Monty Williams didn't really have much to work with because Aiden got cooked by him too, and then your guy that you would hope guarded Mikal Bridges also got cooked by him, so you didn't have any options.
And something that we talked about in this series was Dallas was going to have to shoot DeAndre Ayton off the floor. Maxi Kleber was going to have to shoot Bertans, Dorian Finney-Smith, and they did that. They shot him off the floor.
Spencer Dinwiddie came in and hit 3 threes.
Spencer Dinwiddie, I just looked at that. He's the streakiest player in the NBA.
Right, but if he's helpful,
when he's on, he's like.
But if he can get you 15, he gets hot.
Yeah.
So that means if he's gonna get you 15, he's probably gonna get you 20.
He had 30 points in 25 minutes last night.
Yeah, that was unreal.
Yeah, quite the performance.
Yeah, and I would like to say, I know I did predict Mavs in 7. I did kind of hop off that after they went down 2-0, but at the beginning of the series, I picked Mavs in 7. No doubt,
and
I said they would have to stop the other guys, and they did not stop the other guys in 4 of the 7 games.
Yeah.
And that led to the Mavericks moving on to the next series, which is what I want to talk about with Golden State. Who do you have winning that series?
Golden State.
In how many games?
I'll give them... Dude, Dallas is really good because I want to sit here and say Golden State has too much offensive firepower, but the Dallas Mavericks are a really good defensive team. And I know Reggie Bullock was guarding Chris Paul, and can he guard Steph Curry?
It's a different story.
100%.
However, Steph's been streaky this entire playoff.
He has.
He'll hit 4 in a row, and then he'll go 0-10.
And same with Clay. Same with Poole, too. So it'll be interesting, but they got too many guys who can score the basketball. But Luka's a different animal, so we'll see. But I think I'm going to go Golden State in 6 games.
I'm going to say Golden State in 6 as well. But I think Dallas, if they're going to win this series, they can win it if Golden State doesn't figure out how to guard Luka. Because they have an interesting situation in Golden State where they don't have any bigs that you can throw on them.
Yeah, and Gary Payton
is hurt, right?
Yeah.
So if you put Draymond Green on him, that takes Draymond Green out of the defense is what he's good at. He's good at being like that ball hawk, right? Like
he's not.
He's that guy that calls out screens, like is a help defender. He gets steals, but he gets them off the help. He's not a primary ball defender all the time.
It's probably going to be Wiggins.
And I'm sorry to Andrew Wiggins, no disrespect, but Luka's going to cook you.
Luka
will give you 40. And then Klay Thompson is not the same defender he was. And now Kuminga, I think, is a good look to try. But he's also a rookie. I also think Luka is a more skilled offensive player than Kuminga is a defensive player. I think matchup-wise, he's similar size, similar speed.
Right.
But Luka, I think, goes by him too.
Right.
So
it's Luka Doncic. Also,
So
I think Jalen Brunson's going to be a problem for somebody.
And if Steph
I
Curry
think that might have to be Steph.
And Steph is similar to Chris Paul, though. If they get switches for Luka on Steph, like he'll abuse Steph. And you can't help off him because Finney-Smith can shoot. Cleveland can shoot. Reggie Bullock can shoot. Mm-hmm. So there's guys around him that you can't really help off because that's an open 3.
There's maybe one Ntilikina, or what is his name? Frank
Ntilikina or something.
And then Powell are the only 2 guys on the Mavericks who can't shoot.
Right.
Everybody else can shoot.
And Ntilikina's only in the game to guard guys like Steph Curry. And he will probably be in the game at some point just to give you 5 minutes to guard Steph.
Yeah, 100%.
But if the Mavs guys show up and shoot well, this series could easily go to the Mavericks if they shoot well. Because 100%. Luka's going to get you 30.
Oh, it's easily going to be. I mean, if the Warriors shoot well, it's over.
Oh, it's over there, right.
Yeah.
But Luka's going to get you 30, 10, and 8.
Yeah, no doubt.
All series long.
Probably
because
more.
They don't have anyone on that team that can really guard him. Whereas I thought Mikal Bridges on the Suns was probably a good level, and he was nothing. Mm-hmm. And the Warriors don't have anyone on that level. Draymond Green's a great defender, but let me say again, he's not like a great on-ball defender.
Yeah, no, you want him as that defensive leader, calling out screens. And
that ball hawk that can go and get steals, stuff like that, 100%. Take charges. So I'm also going to go Warriors in 6. I want Dallas, though. Also, at this point, like an upset would be cool. Imagine if Dallas gets to the finals. Like, wouldn't that be awesome?
It would. I was just thinking about that. If Dallas gets to the finals, they're getting screwed by Miami or Boston. That defense.
Right. That's where, because neither the Suns nor the Golden State Warriors play a lot of great defense.
No.
Whereas Golden State plays decent defense, but Memphis, really, without John Morant, still picked them apart.
Right. Yeah, no. Memphis was a good defensive team, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the direction that whole Dallas Mavericks franchise is going in. I mean, when you have a 23-year-old superstar, you probably can't do too much wrong. But
like I said, they need one more guy, like a Tim Hardaway, but like someone like a little bit higher than Tim Hardaway.
It'll be interesting to see what they try and do.
And also remember, Tim Hardaway does come back next season. You're probably going to resign Jalen Brunson. I think
you have to.
I would give him like that 4. You know what Levine got when it was
that $80 million.
I'd give him that like 4-year $80 million. He's probably worth that.
I've been because before that was the rumor that he wanted $20 million, and that was like midway through the season. I was like, I don't know, but I
You
think
got
that's
to.
like a decent price range for him.
Right, and I think playing with Luka is good for him because when he's hot and he's on Luka will get on the ball, and then he can be that second unit guy. And then when he also knows just when to give Luka the fucking ball.
Also, $20 million isn't anywhere near a max contract.
No, yeah.
Harden might get paid $63 million,
which is unbelievable. And also, we'll talk about
when
that
he's like
all
38.
season. If the 76ers give James Harden a fucking max deal, which Pat Bev today said they should.
Because, he said they should?
He said they should because it's James Harden. But I'm like, yeah, but James Harden isn't what
See,
James
now that's
Harden
a decent point. They're kind of handcuffed in that same situation that the Bulls are in. But like Levine's 28. You can pay Levine for 5 years.
And also, Levine is quicker than James Harden is now. I think he's as good of a shooter. You can tell me I'm wrong, but
he's more efficient.
He shoots 40% from three most seasons. Yeah. And remember, Levine was handicapped with the knee injury. Speaking of knee injuries, Lonzo Balls. There's serious concern because his knee still hurts him. He can't run up and down the court, which is really concerning.
So here's the report: there are serious concerns within the Chicago Bulls front office about Lonzo Ball's knee. Lonzo's knee is not getting better.
That's the most vague, most concerning thing I've ever heard. It's not getting better, but why? What kind of injury? Is it he's going to end his NBA career, some nagging bone bruise? Is that what's going to cause him to never be able to play basketball again? Because he's had a surgery. He's had months off of this point. At this point, does he need another surgery? I'm
scared that when the Bulls were trying to ramp him up again, do you remember that? They were he's not doing, or he's going to start running.
But then they stopped him.
And then they stopped him right away.
And then you gave him 10 to 14 days. They tried again. They stopped him right away after that.
And then they just shut him down after that.
Right. So what's the problem? We don't know the problem. And this is scary because this is going from an injury that's a long-term thing to we don't know what it is. Could it be a season, a career-ending thing?
Right.
Because we don't know what it is. And that may sound like an overreaction, but I have no idea what the injury is. And that's really concerning because we invested a lot of money in him, and he had a very good season until he got hurt.
Yeah, if he's out, it cripples the franchise completely. $20 million a year will do that. I mean, he's your 23-year-old starting point guard.
Right, with room to grow and coming off a pretty good season when he was playing. So that's very concerning. And was not trying to talk about the Bulls right now, but that's bad Bulls news, and I do not want
to. We hate to end it on such a depressing note.
That's so depressing to hear about that. And hopefully when the offseason comes around, AK will work his magic and we'll be just excited going into next season as we were this year.
100%. We might be coming back with Chris Paul. Who knows?
I hope not. No offense to Chris Paul. He's had a great career.
Vooch and Kobe White, maybe a second
for who?
8. You got to pay him the money, but he's 24, and he's that interior presence you probably need.
Right, but if we're trading Vooch and Kobe White, I'd rather just take because Aiden's younger than Gobert, I guess, which is why, it won't be a lot, but it won't be as much as Gobert.
Yeah, it won't be as much. Also, exactly, he's not going to be 35. That could work
because the Suns need it. Because Aiden can't produce offensively.
They cannot run that back with the same team. There's no way.
Also, Vooch will average 24 games next year with Chris Paul as his point guard. Vooch, I don't know why. He should have averaged 20 a game with Lonzo Balls as point guard, but he didn't start playing well until Lonzo got hurt this year.
Yeah, that's the season is just a.
It was so up and down, and when he finally picked it up, all of our guys got injured.
I know. I hate just waiting for teams to come back. Just wait till we're healthy. Because we said that all year.
We've been saying that for 10 years.
Yeah.
Wait till Derrick Rose gets healthy. Wait till Jimmy gets back.
It's so annoying.
The injury bug in Chicago ever since Jordan left is just terrible.
Yeah.
But overall, Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals start tomorrow. It's going to be very fun to watch. We both have Golden State. Mm-hmm. I have Miami. He has Boston.
It should be good.
Do you want Golden State or do you want Dallas? Because I want Dallas.
I don't want to answer that question, but for some reason, now people might call me a bandwagon, but back in the day when Steph Curry and Monte Ellis were on the same team, I loved them. I loved them because I used to play with them in NBA Jam.
Okay, but you didn't start publicly cheering for them until
exactly.
they were in the finals.
Okay, yeah,
which is some bullshit.
That's a good point.
Only he knows that he was the Golden State fan back in the day.
Yes, and nobody else believed me, and I'm okay with that. You know, fuck it.
We're gonna end it there because he's also a Cubs and Sox fan. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be posting this up pretty soon. Check out TikTok as well. We'll see you guys next time.